Welcome to a new episode of Ausfahrt.tv. Once upon a time, there was a car, a very famous car, and its name was Mercedes Benz 300 SL Gullwing. What a beautiful car. Presented in 1954 as a production car in New York, and people were like going nuts. 3 years later, Mercedes-Benz reacted to the needs and requests of the people out there who were like, well, we love this car, but we want to drive it topless. So that was when Mercedes-Benz, released the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Roadster more than 60 years ago. Since then, this story actually never ended. Since then, Mercedes-Benz created one and the other generation, SL generation. There was still more to come. And today we are talking about the 2014 Mercedes-Benz SL 65 AMG. Actually, to be honest, it's not me who will be talking about this beast, but it's Mr. Zeeee, formerly known as Jan.
Well, thank you, Sarah. And I might even sing. I'm so excited that I cannot hide it. I know, I want you. Well, this is a very, very bad introduction to the Mercedes-Benz SL 65 AMG. But I thought, since I dress up shoes, jacket, shirt, no sneakers, I have to be a little bit more British, even though my accent is still strong in German. I can tell you I've driven this car for quite a while now. I've been on the Autobahn up and down, up and down, up and down. And I might add, in a very British way, I did quite have some fun with this car. That's totally bullshit. I had a blast. I was screaming, I was yelling, and in between I was even crying. I've never sweated so much in a car before. And I've never been on a public Autobahn with public traffic so fast, because I just couldn't stop. It's really, this beast is feeding you. You feel the need for speed all the damn time. And I thought, man, it's just an SL, it's just a roadster, old people's car. No, beep, way. Really, this car's awesome. We have the V12 engine, 6 damn liters, 6 liters V12 biturbo, 630 horsepower and a maximum torque of 1,000 guys, 1,000 Newton meters. I'm doing Ausfahrt.tv with Sarah and Jens, we're a team, and the other day Jens was driving an Audi RS6 and me with this baby on the Autobahn, and we were driving and had traffic ahead, so we slowed down, and then when the traffic was gone we accelerated, and I was just looking at the rear mirror and thinking, where's Jens, where's this RS6? And we were on the phone, using the Bluetooth thing, of course, and he was like, what are you doing? I can't keep up. That is a Mercedes-Benz SL 65 AMG. It makes an Audi RS6 look like nothing. I will make you listen to the engine, and I at least want to give you a quick look. A beautiful carbon fiber hood over the V12, and it is an AMG, so I have to say, one man, one engine. And our thank goes out to Mr. DeLuca. Thanks, bro. Cool engine, runs like hell. Let me just hop through the AMG specific parts. We have a completely sharpened front AMG wise that you recognize by the chrome thing down below. We have the double blade right here in the grille, and the AMB badge that comes with all new AMG cars as well. On the hood we have chrome applications as well, called Finnen in German, I don't know the English word, which is just for the AMG versions, and we have a special AMG daylight for the SL. When the SL was presented in 2012 in Detroit at the motor show, I was not really happy with the whole nose thing. It looks like a nose, a beer, something. I don't know. I had seen pictures before and I thought, oh man, Mercedes, don't cut my heart, that's an ugly car. But then when I finally saw it in real at the presentation, at the world premiere, I was thinking, what was wrong with my eyes when I looked at the picture? That's a neat car, it looks nice. I have to confess, from the side with the headlights, it looks a little bit, I don't know, but front is awesome. The SL65 AMG, and boy do I like to say 65 with this car, stands on 19-inch alloy wheels. By factory setting you have 5 spokes. I had to ask Sarah. By factory setting you have 5 spokes alloy wheels. Those have 10 spokes, so they are optional, as well as the carbon ceramic brake, which is optional too. This brake is damn awesome. I've been too much on the Autobahn. I know how good the brakes are. Unfortunately, they cost as much as a small car. But, you know, if you have the money, feel free, take them, they're good. Then, right here, and I know, he said bitch. I'm not saying bitch, I'm saying badge. The V12 bi-turbo badge. You have it here with this alloy, with this chrome application as well, and it's very important to have it right here, because otherwise on the red light, how should the people know that you have an SL65 AMG from the side? Talking about red lights, you know, accelerating away from the red light, making everyone look old. From 0 to 100 kilometers per hour / from 0 to 62 miles per hour, the SL takes 4 seconds. Oh, my old GTR is much faster. So what? V12 bi-turbo. And talking about 0 to 200 kilometers per hour, it just takes 11.8 seconds, and that's more than impressive. Well, I think there's not much to say from the side, so just follow me to the back, please. What kind of car do we have? Oh, an SL65 AMG. Well, it's good to have it on the back. You can recognize the AMG version as well with this tiny spoiler which is sitting on the hood of the trunk. And of course we have the double pipe exhaust system by AMG, where all the stuff is spitting out if you really push the throttle. And by the way, it's kind of fake. You see it's double on both sides, while behind the double is just a single, but on both sides of course. And what else is new? Nothing. So let me just quickly open the trunk. You see the roof is inside the trunk, and once I open the trunk, at least as an option, the roof comes up just a little bit. And here's another thing, I have to remove a cover so I can easily get my luggage in and out the car. By the way, you know, people with an old bag, they have to lift 70 centimeters up and puts the luggage 20 centimeters down. In the maximum weight of the trunk is 125 centimeters, just at certain places, and the depth is about 66 centimeters. This gives you a volumina of 241 liter of luggage that you can put in there. Once you put the roof on the car, back on the car, you have 381 liter. And altogether in the car you can fit up to 260 kilograms, meaning driver, passenger and luggage. And I don't know, doesn't work because you always have to close this little hood so all the sensors know that nothing is in the way, and then press a button, and down again. I like this, and up again. Never mind. And I can close the roof even. Oh, I forgot. Below, I had to unpack and I was lazy. Below the surface in the trunk, you can lift the, whatever you call it, ground. Who cares? You can lift it up a little bit and have a little bit more of storage, at least space for a little backpack or purse or whatever you need. So, I would really invite you to come with me and jump inside, because the interior is just plain awesome. By the way, this is not a Mercedes-Benz commercial. I'm independent, I'm not getting paid. Okay, let's hop inside. Ooh, stop. We have here the AMG letters illuminated, very sexy. And oh boy, I do like the whole interior. We have leather, we have carbon fiber, we have more leather, yeah, and some alloy applications. The steering wheel is an AMG. We have the badge right here, sports steering wheel, and we have Alcantara where you put or place your hands, which is really good because if you drive high speed and your hands get a little bit wet, it soaks the sweat out of your hands, which sounds a little bit nasty right now when I think about it, but it's actually pretty cool for driving. The whole car, when I first was at the driving event where the SL, the R231 was presented, I thought this is a pretty cool cruiser. Now I've driven the SL65 AMG and I say it's a driving machine. Well, my opinion changed just a little bit, and so now sitting in this beast with a very comfortable AMG sports seats, it is a driving machine for me. We have side support, which is made out of air cushions that blow up once you go into the curve, so it gives you even more side support. By the way, the seats are heated and you can cool them down. And you can even do both at the same time, which I really like. Full heat, just one air-conditioned thing, and it blows the heat to your bottom. And we have an air scarf, which is optional, so you have a little fan inside or behind your neck that blows air, warm air most likely, in your neck, so you don't get a stiffy neck. Oh, I said stiffy, I'm sorry. And it is also related to the speed you're driving. So once you drive very fast, it blows more air than when you're cruising in the city. Of course, the steering wheel is adjustable in an electric manner. It's pretty slow, I have to confess. But still, it could, for me, for my taste, it could come out a little bit more. I like to have the steering wheel very close to my body. We have driven the new C-Class, we have seen the new S-Class, we have driven the new S-Class in various variations. Does it make sense? Whatever. So I'm spoiled. I'm missing the head-up display for sure. And even the seats have a massage function. It only has 4 different massages. not like the S-Class 7 or 8. And the ambient light, I do have ambient light in the door panels. It's a real nice orange, gives the car a good look, but you can't adjust it. I'm really spoiled by the S-Class, I have to confess, so I'm really curious what Mercedes does with the SL in the next product generation or with the next model year. I think it's ready for a little update. Besides, we have behind the wheel we have two analog-like gauges. On the left side there's a speedometer, goes up to 360. And I would like to say, hey, you know, car, don't brag around, 360. But I've driven this beast with 308 kilometers per hour, so you need 360 to feel, you know, a little bit secure. And I think if you would really open the engine, you know, just get rid of all limitations, then the car should be able to run at least 350. On the right side we have the RPM meter that goes up to 8,000 RPMs, and in the middle, in the center, we have a little display for the board computer that gives you, you know, navigation directions. You can look what kind of music you're listening to. You have all the data from the car, like, you know, mileage, current speed, how much miles or kilometer you have driven so far. And there's even a little AMG menu, which I think it's kind of, you know, okay, they have it, but are you really using it? It shows you the current gear, the current speed in a, you know, tiny way, which I don't like. Tells you details about the temperature, there's a lap timer, and it shows you whatever your setting is in the car. You can, by the way, get this menu just pressing the AMG button, which as well enables sport suspension and puts the car in the Sport Plus driving mode. If we look around and think about, can I use this car as a daily driver? I might say, if you can afford it, you can. We don't have too much storage room in the car, but enough for at least two people to travel a little bit or just hang out in the car all day. So in the door panels we have just a little space for your wallet, for your mobile phone, whatever. We have cup holders right here behind this cute carbon fiber panel, and they have even this inlay, so oops, I'm sorry, there's space for a big bottle, but you can put small cans in there as well. If we go in the very back, there's another cup holder and another compartment, and behind this or below this two, whatever you call them, you have more storage room. You have the connection cable from Mercedes Benz for an iPhone here right now to the infotainment system, but as well an USB plug and a 12-volt outlet. Oops. Looking around, we have a little net right here in the foot room. We have a gloves compartment, which is not too small. It's actually pretty big for a roadster. And behind the seats, behind the passenger seat, we have a little place where you can, or you know, where someone can put a purse. And behind the driver's seat there's even a little compartment, enough space for, you know, warning vest and the board book, whatever. On both sides we have sun shields with makeup mirrors. They're illuminated, not with LEDs, so we have reading lights on both sides, and we have a light. Well, actually no, we don't have an entry light. There are two LED spots on both sides, so when I open the door it illuminates the room where I sit, which is neat for getting in the car and hopping outside. By the way, as you can tell, there's no roof, it's in the trunk, but if I had a roof on right here, or if I had the roof on here, you would see that there's a glass roof inside, and I have a little button right here, it's not so little, for the magic sky control. What does it mean? Well, we have a glass roof. Once I press this button, it darkens. The glass darkens. That's pretty awesome. You know, well, how do I put this? You're buying a convertible and the sun is so hot that you close the roof, and it's even so hot that you want to darken the glass roof. You get it? Well, you know, if you're driving in Death Valley, you don't want to drive open. That's the case. Excuse me. Besides that, I would like to point out the tweeters from the Bang & Olufsen sound system that are illuminated as well, which is, I think, a little bit distracting when you drive by night. And on the other hand, it's cool, because I'm driving and I see them illuminated and I think, wow, you know, my cool car with this awesome sound system. And then I'm thinking, what's this light? Never mind. We have the clock by EWC right in the middle, so whenever you want to know what time it is, right here. And I think that's it from now. I've heard, you know, voices, rumors, noises. I've read comments about, oh, what about this turning key? You know, what about keyless go? Excuse me again. Well, I don't know why they always deliver the AMG cars with keys instead of, you know, keyless go. On the other hand, I think it's pretty cool to turn the key in this kind of car, because I want to know, you know, what I'm doing here. I'm starting the engine. I'm really starting it. And I think now I'm taking you guys for a little ride. Well, it's starting to rain. I have the choice: either close the roof, or just drive faster than 80 kilometers per hour. Alright, so let's start this beauty. Oh, did I say beauty? Beast. Oh yes, oh yes. Oh, gotta go. Okay, just one little thing I'd like to show you. Woo-hoo-hoo! You really want to know about my driving experience? Alright, it's just fantastic. It's totally fun. I just rolled up the window so you can hear me, otherwise the microphone would like just totally screw out. But driving the SL is just so much fun, especially this monster version, the SL 65 AMG. Acceleration, perfect! Both thumbs up, just for a second. Acceleration at any time, not even just, you know, going from 0 to whatever, but also if you're on the Autobahn, on the highway, and you're going a little slower, and then you know, think, okay, now I can speed. Power is just there. Power is just always there. And when there's power, you have to have good brakes. Fortunately, the brakes we have here, I showed you earlier, they have such a grip. They really slow you down in a manner that you want, and you can really, you know, be really precise with them. Once you hit the braking pedal, you know, just a little bit, it slows down just a little bit. You know, it's almost like braking with your fingertips. I really enjoy this. Steering is just awesome. It's direct when you drive in comfort. Well, you have 3 or 4 driving modes. You have comfort, you have sport. Who's using sport if you have Sport Plus? Awesome. You know, the flaps open and you have this really good roaring sound. Talking about sound, I know I'm jumping a little bit, but anyway, talking about sound, the car is not like a V8, you know, bubbling. It's more roaring. It's, you know, loud, hissing, roaring. It's really cool. And when you're shifting, when you're on the full throttle and you're shifting next gear, it really spits out. It's like a giant fart. That's really awesome. I was always thinking when I was on the Autobahn going really fast, what's the people think when this baby is farting while I overtake them? They're gonna be sitting there in there, you know, you go, oh man, what's wrong? You know, I lost my exit system. Anyway, it's just a lot of fun. So what else is missing? Steering is perfect. The suspension is alright. It's not too uncomfortable when you're driving comfort. It's an okay ride. It's not like, you know, like really soft and like a Citroën or anything, but it's still okay. But then when you put it in sport, it gets stiff enough that you have really good suspension on fast tracks like the Autobahn. We in Bielefeld, we have this tiny bit of Autobahn where no one is really driving except us, I guess. And this like long curve, a really long curve. And I always go full speed with the cars through this curve to judge or compare them a little bit. And this baby is really doing a good job. I like it. I really like it. By the way, best car performance on this long curve, Nissan GT-R. I'm sorry. Okay, I've had the sound. By the way, if you're going in comfort, the sound is more, you know, understatement, hissing. Well, when you put it in Sport Plus, it really is loud. But you know, it's a V12, it's not a V8. V8s are louder. V12s, it's more about understatement. Look, my balls, I got big balls, but I don't show them. Sort of this. I told you earlier, it's not the newest car, it's 2 years old, so all the assist systems are from the older generation. Everything we know from the new C-Class, from the new S-Class, is a little bit, you know, newer, so I'm missing an active lane assist. We have a blind spot warner, of course. We have the adaptive cruise control, of course, and it's working just fine. We have a traffic sign recognition that I hate. I don't hate it because it shows. That's a good thing if you don't want to lose your driving license, especially with this car. But I have the digital, the digits that show my speed in the middle between the both gauges, and whenever this damn beast finds a new traffic sign, it puts it in the screen, so I don't see what I'm driving anymore, you know. I'm like, okay, going like 80, you know, and there's a traffic sign saying, oh, go 60, and it shows for like 2 or 3 seconds, and I'm like, yeah, and what am I driving now? So I have to go back to the gauge and, you know, with my old eyes look, okay, how fast am I right now? But it's okay, it's just a luxury problem. Besides that, here in Germany at least, no one is paying too much attention to the car. Unless you fire up the engine in a parking lot, you know, play with a throttle. Otherwise, it looks a little bit too much like the SL. And if the people look closer, I think they don't like it too much because, you know, some negative association with a red light district. I don't think Mercedes likes me to let this in the video, but you know, that's how it is. And I guess that's pretty much it. The car's just awesome. It's so much fun to drive. I could not believe when I first drove the car how much fun it is. I was a tiny bit disappointed from the S-Class, but this is an SL65 AMG, and it rather feels like a sports car than a roadster for old people. By the way, the roof, you can only close and open the roof when the car is standing still, which kinda, you know, is not really state of the art. The roof takes about 17 seconds to open. I have enjoyed my ride with the SL65 AMG so damn much. I really did. And now it's time to say goodbye. The company is getting it today. So, final words. Mercedes-Benz claims that you can get a mileage of 11.6 liters on 100 kilometers for this car, which equals around 20 miles per gallon. I say, oh well, you know, you rather calculate something about around 17 liters, which would equal 13 miles per gallon, but then you have quite some joyrides in between. In the very basic version, the Mercedes-Benz SL65 AMG costs, at least in Germany, 239,000 euros, and I believe that our test car is probably around 270,000 euros. So I don't have the money, I better let the baby go. I hope you enjoyed this little review. Give me a thumbs up if you don't mind, if you liked it. If you have any questions about the car, about my driving experience, use the field in the comments, let me know, I will try to answer. And overall, if this is the first clip that you are watching with me, Mr. Zeeee, then you might want to subscribe, because we do a lot of car reviews in my bad English. So I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Welcome to a new episode of Ausfahrt.tv.
Either way, they are built by AMG. Bitte? Spokes? Ach so. And the guy comes and brings me liter on 100 kilometer, which equals around 20 miles per gallon. A little review. I need to go to the phone here right now. Ist alles scheiße.
54, and it was 2014 Mercedes Benz SL 65 AMG.